Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Bay State Dental. Comprehensive dentistry at 14 convenient locations in Springfield, Chicopee, Longmeadow, West Springfield, Belchertown, East Longmeadow, Ludlow, Northampton, Greenfield, and Wilbraham, as well as 29 Broad Street in Westfield. Bay State Dental makes it a priority to help you achieve and maintain the healthy smile you deserve. On the web at baystatedental.com.
Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back to that same old place that you laughed about. Well, the names have all changed since you hung around, but those dreams have remained and they've turned around. Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Who'd have thought they'd lead ya? Back here where we need ya. Back here where we need ya. Yeah, we tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. 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 We always could spot a friend. Welcome back. And I smile when I think how you must have been. And I know what a scene you were learning in. Was there something that made you come back again? And what could ever lead you? What could ever lead you? Back here where we need you. Back here where we need you. Yeah, we tease him a lot, 'cause we got him on the spot. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. on the spot. Welcome back. 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 Welcome back.
Welcome back indeed. It is Monday, May 4th, 2020. Now, on this day in 1869, the Folies Bergère opens in France. Cool. Classy nudes. Speaking of classy nudes, let me introduce you to my pal and producer, Peter Coles.
Thanks a lot.
Say hello, Peter.
Hello, Peter.
For some reason, you are listening to That'll Learn Ya with your average run-of-the-mill alum, Michael Buster McMahon. Hey, that's me. And I get along great with my father, which history shows that doesn't always happen. It's Icarus and Mr. Icarus, Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader, son of Sam and Sam. Today in the show, that is funny.
It is funny.
Today in the show, great songs and cool stories about them. Plus, if we have time, we'll discuss how Western Union was able to transition their business from telegrams to money transfers. But we probably won't have time for that.
That could be a long time.
So give us a buzz at 747-5689. Is that right?
No.
No. Did I get any number right?
No.
No. What's the number?
642-9039.
Oh, 642 what?
9039.
9039. 642-9039. I got the last number right. And I got the second number right.
Doesn't make a difference.
Okay, I got the second and seventh
even
number
close.
right. You said I didn't get any numbers right. I got two of them right. So as they say in show business, I guess, I don't know, so let's start the show.
Yeah.
That's what they say in show
On
business.
with the show.
Yeah, on with the show. I am off. It's the beginning of my off week, so I'm happy.
Yes, but the hordes are coming back.
Yes, they are.
You've been informed.
Yeah. So for those of you new to the show or those who don't pay attention, I have a job. I'm a third shift manager in retail, and I have a 7-on, 7-off schedule. I complain about my job. I don't like it, but the schedule is just unbeatable.
Yes.
About a month ago, they stopped letting customers come in on third shift. I don't know why. I guess people are more, contagious at 3 a.m. than they are at noon. It didn't make any sense to me, but I was grateful because the customers drive me nuts.
Yeah.
They do. Come in, buy your crap, get the hell out. That should be our slogan. Don't bother me. Don't ask dumb questions. Buy your crap, get the hell out.
That's what they're encouraging people to do during the quarantine anyway.
That's what people should do.
Yeah. You're saying make it year round.
So now they're allowing them back in the store. So
Right.
I get to see my beloved shoplifters, extreme couponers, potheads.
Is that when the street cougarers come in at midnight?
They come in all the time. And at least, look, I hate the shoplifters. You know that. But they're in and out, okay?
That's true.
The coupon
Quick
people
getaway.
are there for hours. So they actually cause me more stress than the shoplifters.
Why?
Because they're there for hours.
So? They're doing their business.
No, they're not. Because then they fight. Like, oh, well, I'm supposed to get this deal. And because our company has this stupid thing, like if you buy this thing here, you get an extra coupon. So what they do is they split their order up into like 30 orders. So they can keep getting this coupon. Then they buy it again, use the coupon, buy it again, and so on and so forth.
So it keeps your cashier busy.
Yeah, but my cashier's got other things to do, okay? They shouldn't spend an hour and a half with you ringing you up. Anyway, I'm actually kind of happy because
Getting you all cranked up.
earlier, the story goes back a couple years. I had an idea,
Okay.
and because one of my hobbies is writing plays. It's my passion. I love it. I had 34 of them, and years ago I came up with an idea. I said, wouldn't it be great to come up with some kind of play about Aesop's, the Farmer and the Viper? Do you know who Aesop is? Correct.
Aesop's Fables, yes.
Yes, he's responsible for some of our great stories of all time: the Tortoise and the Hare, the Boy Who Cried Wolf. He was a Greek slave, and he would tell these stories. And eventually, of course, he didn't have to work the fields. He could come down in the living room and just tell stories all day.
Yes.
Because he had 1 million of them. But I always thought, I said, I want to make a play version of, the Farmer and the Viper. But I never really, it's something I put aside.
Pipe dream.
Yeah. Well, Monday night at work, I started thinking about it again. I said, I really want to do this. And by Tuesday night at work, I am now old-fashioned. I got the pen and paper. I am scribbling, notes and dialogue. and bringing it home and typing it up. And you can ask my wife. I was obsessed, and this is the best way for me to finish a play is to be obsessed with it. And by Thursday night, I had completed it. And when I completed it, it's a half-hour play.
Okay.
You know, my usual plays are about 15 minutes long. I do have a couple half-hour plays.
Yep.
Well, now I have another one. So when it was finished, I said to myself, all right, Michael, this is either the most brilliant play you've ever written, or it's the most bizarre piece of crap of all of them.
Okay.
And I said, I don't know which one. I should probably have an inkling which way.
Yeah, sure.
So I let 8 people read it. So far, 4 have said it is absolutely brilliant.
Really?
The other 4 I have not heard from. So either A, and
You're already at 50% though.
my wife is one of the 4. Either they have not read it yet, or they think it's the bizarre piece of crap. But as I told them in the beginning, it's okay to say it's a bizarre piece of crap because I didn't know which. I said it's either brilliant or bizarre piece of crap. So 4 people are in the brilliant camp, and the other
really
4
are your toughest critic. You know that, right?
Well, I mean, you should be. I mean, everything that you write, you can't love. I always say when you go to a play contest and you watch the ones who won. Now, there's always going to be at least one play there that you say, my play was better than that one. But if you go there and think your play was better than all of them, then you're delusional. Because your play was not better than all of them.
Apparently not.
Yeah. So, I mean, everyone's got...
You didn't win.
Some people don't. Some people think, for example, like, Ace Ventura is a better movie than Citizen Kane, which it's not. But somebody's going to think that. So...
It's a matter of perspective, too.
Right. People are gonna have their own taste and everything.
Right. No, I get it.
So, yes, it's possible that there's gonna be a play there that you're not gonna like. So I'm not the only one who was inspired though to come up with a creation by Aesop's story about the farmer and the viper.
Okay.
A guy named Oscar Brown did, and he wrote a poem, and he set it to music that Al Wilson sang. So now, in tribute to Aesop, I called my play Aesop's Viper. And in tribute to Al Wilson, who had a song of his own telling of that story,
Okay.
I named my snake in the story Al Wilson. I think this play, I'll let you read it. I think we should do this one as a radio play because I don't know how to stage it. Because one of the characters is a snake. Do you dress the character up as a snake, or do you maybe put him in black and just have his hand be a snake?
Like Lion King?
Like a pup, yeah, something like that. So I'm not sure. But as a radio play, you don't have to make that decision.
Right.
You can just say, this is the voice of the snake. Boom, go.
Well, maybe this is the one you pair up with, what's her name from Agua Flowers?
Maybe. We
could do it right here in the studio.
Can George Delisle do a British accent, do you think?
I'm sure he can.
You think he can?
Yep.
Okay.
Adam Wright can do a British accent.
Who?
Adam Wright.
Who's that?
He used to be on the radio with Paul Sullivan.
That doesn't help me. Would he be available?
He did the original Johnny Dollar. He did the British guy in Johnny Dollar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That does help me.
See?
Okay.
There you go.
All right, you are
I got
helpful.
somebody for you.
You are helpful. There's a lot of trades that happen in the world, baseball and football, and the goal of it is to be a win-win trade, right? You and I made a win-win trade today.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You gave me one of your potatoes from...
You want the rest of them?
Yes, I would love them.
You can have them.
Oh, sweet. The deal gets better for me.
Scoreboard.
And I gave you a vanilla cream Werther's.
Which I'll be having a little bit later.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think this is a classic win-win trade.
There you go.
Okay, especially since now I'm getting...
More breakfast
I'm
potatoes.
getting more potatoes, a potato to be named later in the deal.
Yes.
So anyway, so Al Wilson, who I named my snake after because he had a version of the story too, and I wanted to pay tribute to him because he and Oscar Brown came up with the idea of making the farmer a woman instead of a man, which is what I did too. So it sort of adds a different little dimension to the story. So
there you go.
Anyway, this is my long-winded way of saying I'm very, very happy. I had my 35th play, and I got 4 reviews saying it's fantastic, and I'm still waiting to hear from the other 4 people. And it's fine if somebody will think it's a bizarre, because it's a bizarre play. There's a talking snake in it. It's going to be a bizarre play. So here's Al Wilson's version of Aesop's tale, The Snake, in 9.5 WSKB.
at the lake. A tender-hearted woman saw a poor half-frozen snake. His pretty colored skin had been all frosted with the dew. Oh, well, she cried, I'll take you in and I'll take care of you. Take me in, oh tender woman. Take me in for heaven's sake. Take me in, tender woman. Sighed the snake. She wrapped him up all cozy in a coverture of silk, and then laid him by the fireside with some honey and some milk. Now she hurried home from her work that night as soon as she arrived. Now she found that pretty snake she'd taken in had been revived. Take me in, oh tender woman. Take me in for heaven's sake. Take me in, tender woman. Sighed the snake. She clutched it to her bosom. You're so beautiful, she cried. But if I hadn't have brought you in, by now you might have died. Now she stroked his pretty skin again and then kissed and held him tight. But instead of saying thanks, that snake gave her a vicious bite. Take me in, oh tender woman. Take me in for heaven's sake. Take me in, tender woman. Sighed the snake. Now I saved you, cried that woman, and you bit me even a while. And you know your bite is poisonous, and now I'm gonna die. Oh, shut up, silly woman. Say that a reptile with a grin. Now you knew darn well I was a snake before you brought me in. Please take me in, oh tender woman. Take me in for heaven's sake. Take me in, tender woman. Sighed the snake. Sighed the snake. Take me in, tender woman.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Comcast and Xfinity.com, offering Xfinity TV, Internet, home phone, and home security services. Information on all that Xfinity has to offer in the Westfield area is available online at Xfinity.com.
This is Ken Stomsky from Ken's Den on WCPC 15 and 89.5 FM, Tuesdays, 8 to 10.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Looking into your eyes, I know I'm right. Is anything worth my love? Is worth the fight? You only get one chance, and nothing ties your hand. You're what I want, listen to me. Nothing I want's out of my reach. What helps the man who fights his fear? Love's the only thing that keeps me here. I know
Kenny Loggins from the Footloose soundtrack. Now, my wife choreographed, and she did a fantastic job choreographing the musical. You know, I am biased, but you know what? She's a darn good choreographer at West Side Dance Center. And
She does know her stuff.
I don't, and she was doing a lot of local musicals. But I don't recall if that song made it into the musical version, which is too bad because it's. I know Somebody's Eyes by Carla Bonoff did not make it because I remember missing that. But I don't. Are you looking that up?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm responding to Harry.
Okay. Hi. Tell Harry I said hi. Anyway, on with the show. So Dean Pritchard co-wrote that with Kenny Loggins. Now Dean Pritchard wrote the actual screenplay to Footloose, and he's been nominated for Grammys, for Tonys, and for Oscars. And you know what he also wrote?
What?
One of the songs we played last week.
What?
You Should Hear How She Talks About You
Oh,
by
really?
Melissa Manchester.
Good song.
So this guy's been pretty successful. Hopefully he saved his coin because he got some coin in his life.
This is Harry's take on your opening monologue. I'm always concerned that Michael needs to exhibit more passion with his thoughts and his opinions.
Thank you, Harry. We'll keep that in.
We'll take that under advisement.
We'll take that under advisement. So Dean Pritchard, pretty talented guy. I'm going to do. I think these teases have been pretty successful.
Oh, boy.
And when I remember to do them, I try to remember to do them.
Yes.
The second song in the block, if you want to try to speculate what song it is, the guitarist in this band wrote this song, and he said, "You know what? This is going to be a fun song because my lead singer has incredible range, and he kind of likes big bums, so he's going to have some fun with this song when he wrote it. So if you want to try to speculate what song that might be, it'll be the second song in the set. So the first song in the set, though, is by the Marvelettes. Now they had a chance to audition for Berry Gordy. Berry Gordy was he had this idea to start his own record company. I think it worked pretty well.
Yeah.
But it was just starting out, and they wanted to audition, but they're like, we want to audition with our own song. I mean, you know, we really want to show. We don't want to be like you go in and you audition with a song somebody else has done. You're automatically going to be compared to them, and you're like, well, you're not as good as them because, of course, not. You're not them.
Yeah, sure.
So they wanted to go in with their own song, and so a friend of theirs was like, well, I have this song. I don't know what to do with it. Why don't you audition with that? And so they actually they took it and they fit it to their style, and they auditioned with it. And Berry Gordy said, you know what? I like it, but I don't love it. I like you guys. Let's get these songwriters in here. So of course, who he got? He got he got the Holland. Actually, it was just one of them. They weren't working together. Brian Holland was the one who came in, and he sort of reset the thing. And it was Motown's very first #1 record. How about that?
Cool.
Here's and of course everybody loved this song. The Beatles loved it. They even recorded a version on their own. But here's the Marvelettes doing "Please, Mr. Postman," 89.5 WSKB.
Oh yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman. Wait, hey, Mr. Postman. Hey, Mr. Postman, look and see. Oh yeah. Please, Mr. Postman. Oh yeah. There must be some word today from my boyfriend who saw
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Westfield Bank. For more than 160 years, Westfield Bank has been an important community presence and commercial leader in the Pioneer Valley, with convenient full banking services in Westfield, West Springfield, East Longmeadow, Agawam, Feeding Hills, Springfield, Southwick, as well as Enfield and Granby, Connecticut. Visit us on the web at westfieldbank.org.
Hi, it's Bob Plass, and I have Wow, It's Tuesday. Every Tuesday, 6 to 8. Wow, it's Tuesday.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
I did it!
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Oh, you gonna take me home tonight? Oh, down beside that red firelight. Oh, you gonna let it all hang out? Fat bottom girls, you make the rockin' world go round. Hey, I was just a skinny lad, never knew no good from bad, but I knew life before I left my nursery. Left alone with big fat fatty, she was such a naughty natty. You big woman, you made a bad boy out of me. Hey, hey. I've been singing with my band, cross the water, cross the lake. I've seen every blue-eyed floozy on the way. Hey, but their beauty and their style were kind of smooth after a while. Take me to them dirty ladies every time. Come on. Oh, won't you take me home tonight? Oh, down beside your red firelight. Oh, and you give it all you got, fat bottom girls, you make the rockin' world go round. Fat bottom girls, you make the rockin' world go round. Hey, listen here. Now I got mortgages and hopes. I got stiffness in the bones. Ain't no beauty queens in this locality. I tell you, oh, but I still get my pleasure. Still got my greatest treasure. You big woman, you done made me mad of me. Now get this. Oh, I know you gonna take me home tonight. Please. Oh, down beside that red firelight. Oh, you gonna let it all hang out. Fat bottom girls, you make the rockin' world go round. Fat bottom girls, you make the rockin' world go round. Get on your bikes and ride.
All right, I'm getting old. The big drum solo there tires me out. That's a big one. You got to go all the way across and everything. I'm a little winded. I'm getting old. So did you guess right? Did you guess that it would be Queen, Fat Bottom Girls?
Well, I can't guess. 'Cause
You
I
can't
already
guess.
knew.
You've got the list
Yeah,
in
I
front
already
of you.
know,
Would
yeah.
you have guessed it? I mean, it's
Yeah, that
I-
would have been a guess because my mom's a huge Queen fan. So yeah.
So Brian May, Queen. There's so many great things about Queen, but one of the great things about Queen was all four members could write songs. So you
Mm-hmm.
didn't. They weren't. There was a variety
Different
of
styles,
sounds
yeah.
and styles. And so Brian May said, you know what? This is going to be a fun song because Freddie Mercury's going to have the range to pull this thing off, and he kind of likes fat bottom girls, and fat bottom guys too. But he did like fat bottoms apparently.
Yeah.
I didn't know that about him, But
Well, they did because they were around him all the time.
so Brian May. Brian May is. We should have Brian May on the show sometime.
Go ahead, you book him.
I would love to.
He might do it. You never know. He's that kind of a guy.
You never know. But yeah, I mean, yeah, we should play more Queen. Are you healthy? What are you doing?
98.3. I do my daily on-air temperature check.
You know what my mom was very impressed with last week?
What's that?
She's like, it was cool. There was Dancing Peter last week.
Dancing Peter?
Yeah, you were. What's the matter, sir?
Big fly in here.
Okay, you were dancing last week to.
Yeah,
to
no,
a
I know.
song.
Yeah.
Okay, so she was impressed with it.
Sometimes I moved.
Okay, because sometimes when we were in the old studio, it was tough to get you to do the backing vocals. It's tough for me to do both the, air band, normal and backing vocals at the same time.
Yeah, I got you.
And a lot of times you would not participate, so that was difficult.
Mm-hmm.
What else is difficult for people to figure out who this singer was when he released an album? He was curious. He released an album that was all instrumental, and he wanted to see how well it would do. So what he did was he put his name backwards on the album. Evitz Rednow is what the album was under, and maybe
I got him.
Maybe it. Oh, congratulations! Maybe it would have done better had people actually known who Evitz Rednow was. Evitz Rednow was actually Stevie Wonder, but he was just curious. So I think technically it's his 9th album under a. It's a fun name to have. We're not going to play something from that album because we like Stevie Wonder's vocals too, so we want to hear both. So here is Stevie Wonder. Stevie Wonder, otherwise known
One
as
of the biggest classics of all
such a great song. Here's Superstition, 89.5 WSKB.
There is
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
I'm Mark Auerbach. Join me every Friday at 8 a.m. for ArtSpeed, where you'll meet interesting actors, directors, designers, and musicians here in Western New England.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
I'm John Mayer, and I'm ready to be a star.
I'm the boy in your other phone, lighting up inside your drawer at home, all alone, pushing 40 in the friend zone. We talk and then you walk away every day. Oh, you don't think twice about me, and maybe you're right to doubt me, but if you give me just one night, you're gonna see me in a new light. Yeah, if you give me just one night to meet you underneath the moonlight. Oh, I wanna take two, I wanna break through, I wanna know the real thing about you, so I can see you in a new light. Take a ride up to Malibu, I just wanna sit and look at you, look at you. What would it matter if your friends knew? Who cares what other people say anyway? Oh, we can go far from here and make a new world together, babe. 'Cause if you give me just one night, you're gonna see me in a new light. Yeah, if you give me just one night to meet you underneath the moonlight. Oh, I wanna take two, I wanna break through, I wanna know the real thing about you, so I can see you in a new light. Yeah, if you give me just one night, you're gonna see me in a new light. Yeah, if you give me just one night to meet you underneath the moonlight. What do I do with all this? What do I do with all this love that's running through my veins for you? What do I do with all this? What do I do with all this love that's running through my veins for you? What do I do with all this? What do I do with all this love that's running through my veins for you? What do I do with all this? What do I do with all this?
John Mayer. How about that?
Is that something new?
That song's pretty new, huh? It's like I think it's like 2 years old, huh? How
I'm
about
gonna
that?
say because I've never heard that one.
How
before.
about that, huh? I heard it at work, and I
It
said,
sounded like it was produced out of his home studio.
I said it sounds kind of cool. But you know what I liked? I liked the line, "Pushing 40 in the friend zone." I said that's a good line. And,
It is a good line.
And I had no idea who it was. I looked it up. I'm like, oh, it's John Mayer. Okay. I'm not overly. I know that he's hugely popular. I'm not overly familiar with the guy, but yes.
Oh, I love John Mayer.
That song was.
He's from Connecticut.
That song. Oh, cool. How about that? Doesn't qualify for our New England. We got a Massachusetts band coming.
Right. No, I know, but just saying he's from Connecticut.
But basically, so it was kind of funny. He goes, I need to make a video for that song, and I had one budget in mind, and the record company had another figure in mind, and we could not agree. So basically, he's like, you know what? I just sort of walked out of the meeting. I went downtown, and I hired this company that does birthday and bar mitzvah videos, and they did the video, and it turned out great. So
there you go.
It worked out pretty well for everybody involved.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have the heart. I should have just kept my mouth shut. I feel bad. Somebody I know was relaying a story that they were very, very proud of. They said that they met Jackie Mason one time.
Cool.
You know, the old comedian, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, wow, you know, how did that go? He's like, oh, it was great. I was talking to him. And I told him, he goes, you know, my favorite thing that you've ever done, he goes, you're going to laugh, is the ant and the aardvark. He goes, you know, he goes, you did the voice of the aardvark. And he's like, well, thank you very much. And pretty much, you know, that was the gist of the conversation. And I didn't have the heart, but I did. I said, well, you do know Jackie Mason didn't do the voice of the aardvark, right? It was actually John Biner doing a Jackie Mason impression. And they were horrified. They're like, you mean I said that to Jackie Mason? I'm like, well, apparently it gets all the time. I mean, it was a pretty good impression of Jackie Mason because a lot of people thought Jackie Mason did do the voice of the aardvark. But it was John Biner, the guy from Bizarre. Remember that show, Bizarre?
Yes.
There was two versions. There was the late night version, which was a lot better, and then there was the edited version, which was not as cool. But yeah, so I mean, should I have said something, or should I just keep my mouth shut?
You should have kept your mouth shut.
Because this kind of like ruined this memory. Now this person is embarrassed, but the story is 20 years old, so there's nothing he can do.
Still.
Yeah, I probably should.
Sometimes you need to leave well enough alone.
Yeah, probably should have. So, am I a jerk?
Yes.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Well, I gotta call it like I see it. Sometimes people have memories that you just need to let go because it's cherished to them.
Yeah, but see, I mean, had I thought about it, you know, I would have, you know. But basically, it's just
don't
like,
be the know-it-all. I know because I've done it too.
Yeah, it's like no, it wasn't Jackie Mason.
I've done it by experience.
I'm gonna give another tease. Should we do another tease?
Okay.
A songwriter came up with a song that he didn't know. Well, kind of like the way I was saying about my play earlier. I didn't know if it was, you know, brilliant or just a bizarre piece of crap. And this guy felt the same way. He didn't know if his song was brilliant or so, you know, but his wife liked it. And nobody else wanted to record it. So finally his wife says, well, I'll record it. But she was a comedian, not a singer. But she took it to number 1. So see if you can try to guess what song maybe that is.
I would have guessed this one, though.
You would have guessed?
Yeah, because very few comedians have hits.
Yes. Well, and it's not Tracy Ullman. So
right.
we'll say that right now.
And it's not Eddie Murphy.
And it's not Eddie Murphy, no.
Those are two that come right off the top of my head.
So did you ever see the movie The Devil and Daniel Webster?
I know the name.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It inspired this next song. And not the horrible remake that was done. But, I mean, the original. The original movie inspired this next song. It was John Fogerty wrote it after he as soon as he watched the movie Devil and Daniel Webster. As soon as the movie was over, he sat down with pen and paper and he wrote Bad Mood Rising. And you get inspiration where you get inspiration.
Sure.
And he goes, you know what, the song's about the apocalypse that was going to be visited upon us, which people have been saying has been coming for a while. So far, it hasn't gotten here yet. I don't think this is it. I think we're safe for a while.
There you go.
So here's the pessimistic song "Bad Moon Rising" by Creedence Clearwater Revival, 89.5 WSKB.
Whoops.
That doesn't sound like it. That sounds like it.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
This is Ken Stomsky from Ken's Den on WCPC 15 and 89.5 FM, Tuesdays, 8 to 10.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
He was on his way home from Candletop. Been 2 weeks gone and he thought he'd stop at Webb's and have him a drink before he went home to her. Andy Wolo said hello and he said hi, what's doing? Whoa, said sit down, I got some bad news, it's gonna hurt. Said I'm your best friend and you know that's right, but your young bride ain't home tonight. Since you've been gone she's been seeing that Amos boy Seth. He got mad and he saw red, and Andy said, boy, don't you lose your head, 'cause to tell you the truth, I've been with her myself. That's a night that the lights went out in Georgia. That's a night that they hung an innocent man. Well, don't trust your soul to no backwoods southern lawyer, 'cause the judge in the town's got bloodstains on his hands. Well, Andy got scared and left the bar, walking on home 'cause he didn't live far. See, Andy didn't have many friends and he just lost him one. Brother thought his wife must have left town, so he went home and finally found the only thing Papa had left him, and that was a gun. He went off to Andy's house, slipping through the backwoods quiet as a mouse. Came upon some tracks too small for Andy to make. He looked through the screen at the back porch door, and he saw Andy lying on the floor in a puddle of blood, and he started to shake. Well, the Georgia patrol wasn't making their rounds, so he fired a shot just to flag them down. And a big-bellied sheriff grabbed his gun and said, why'd you do it? And the judge said guilty in a make-believe trial, slapped the sheriff on the back with a smile, said supper's waiting at home and I gotta get to it. That's a night that the lights went out in Georgia. That's a night that they hung an innocent man. Well, don't trust your soul to no backwoods southern lawyer, 'cause the judge in the town's got bloodstains on his hands. Well, they hung my brother before I could say the tracks he saw while on his way to Andy's house and back that night were mine. His cheating wife had never left town, and that's one body that'll never be found. See, little sister don't miss when she aims her gun. That's a night that the lights went out in Georgia. Oh, oh, oh. That's a night that they hung an innocent man. Well, don't trust your soul to no backwoods southern lawyer.
The absolutely adorable Vicki Lawrence.
Now, did a good job on that song, actually.
Yeah, and obviously she could sing if you had to, they had these big musical numbers. Now, she was married to a man named Bobby Russell for a little while, and he was a songwriter, and he came up with the song, and he's like, I don't know if it's any good. He goes, I think it's kind of, I don't know. And she's like, this song is great. No, send it out. And he sent it out to a whole bunch of people. And Cher was actually very interested in doing it. Cher wanted to do it. I could see Cher singing that.
Yeah, I could too.
And but Sonny's like,
she loves those ballad songs.
Yeah, Sonny's like, oh, Honey Bunch. He called her Honey Bunch. If you do this, you're going to probably offend people from the South. You're going to offend policemen. You don't really want to do that. And he convinced her not to do it. So so he was crushed. Bobby Russell was crushed. And Vicky's like, well, you know what? he's like, it's no good. I know it's no good. She's like, no, it's good. I will sing it. I will record it. And he's like, but you're not really a singer. He's like, I know you can sing, but you're not, you're
not known as a
You're
singer.
not known as a singer. She's like, I want to do it. And he's like, all right, fine, do it. And it went to #1. And one day at rehearsal, at the Carol Burnett show, they stopped rehearsal, and Carol Burnett surprised Vicky. She said, your record went gold. They had the
certification.
Yeah, they had the certification. So right there in practice, they stopped rehearsal, and
Very
that's
cool.
where Vicky found out that her record had gone gold. So very, very, yeah, she wasn't married to him for very long, but she got a song out of him. She married her second husband, was like a makeup artist. I don't on one of the shows or something, and she's married for him forever.
There you go.
She's starting to look like Mama now, though. Of course, I mean she doesn't need
She's
the.
getting older,
She
yeah.
doesn't need the. But some of those sketches, those family sketches, were just absolutely brilliant. They were great.
Oh, Mama's Family. That was
Yeah.
absolutely that
Yep.
was a fun show.
In fact, you know who helped create some of those characters?
Who?
My aunt Jenna.
Really?
Oh, I don't know if she's but Jenna McMahon. So I don't know if she's actually related to me, but
You should find out.
I should look her up. Oh, you know what I forgot to say too with the I've got 7. We'll do a countdown. I have 7 of these vanilla creams left. So we'll see if they last the whole show. See if I can make these final 7 last an hour and 6 minutes. I forgot to mention in the Kenny Loggins video.
Wait a minute, we need to do this.
Number 7.
In the Kenny Loggins video, Virginia Madsen, she was the young girl in that. I've grown an attraction to Virginia Madsen. She's got nice
I'm free?
eyes. Yeah, she was the young girl in that video a long time ago.
Yeah.
I like her eyes. I'm an eye guy.
Yeah.
I like eyes.
Yeah.
So according to the lyrics of this song, the narrator, he had like an unsatisfactory dealings with an untrustworthy woman. And he reproaches unspecified people in the song and say, why didn't you warn me? Why didn't you tell me? Basically, though, it's a true story. Rod Argent, of course, he started the band Argent too. Hold your head high. You remember that song?
Okay, yeah, vaguely, yeah.
So he was. This was his earlier band, and his first love, Patricia, she called off their wedding like 2 weeks before it was supposed to happen, and broke his heart. So basically, this song is really kind of about Patricia. Like, why didn't you people tell me that this was? So he was a little bitter.
They might have tried.
But a lot of maybe he didn't listen. But a lot of bitterness comes from things like this. Bitterness results in some of our best songs. So
yeah,
I'm sorry that happened to you, Rod Argent. But look what you got out of it. You got a pretty cool song. Here's She's Not There, 89.5 WSKB.
Well, no one told me about her, the way she lied. Well, no one told me about her, how many people cried. But it's too late to say you're sorry. How would I know? Why should I care? Please don't bother trying to find her. She's not there. Well, let me tell you about the way she looked, the way she had tan, the color of her hair. Her voice was soft and cool, her eyes were clear and bright, but she's not there. Well, no one told me about her. What could I do? Well, no one told me about her, though they all knew. But it's too late to say you're sorry. How would I know? Why should I care? Please don't bother trying to find her. She's not there. Well, let me tell you about the way she looked, the way she had tan, the color of her hair. Her voice was soft and cool, her eyes were clear and bright, but she's not there. But it's too late to say you're sorry. How would I know? Why should I care? Please don't bother was soft and cold. Her eyes were clear and bright, but she's not there.
Underwriting for Community Radio on WSKB is brought to you in part by Rockies. Over 30 convenient locations throughout Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Connecticut, and Florida. One of the nation's largest ACE dealers. Expertise and great product selection in paint, hardware, lawn and garden. That's Rockies. Rock solid service since 1926. On the web at rockies.com.
Hi, this is Harry Rock, host of Rock on Westfield every fourth Wednesday at 8 a.m. Tune in for my view of this place I call home.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
She shadows me in the mirror. She never leaves on the light. And some things that I say to her, they just don't seem to bite. It's all mixed up. It's all mixed up. It's all mixed up. She tricks me into thinking I can't believe my eyes. I wait for her forever, but she never does arrive. It's all mixed up. It's all mixed up. It's all mixed up. She said to leave it to me. Leave it to me. Everything will be alright. Be alright. She said to leave it to me. Leave it to me. Everything will be alright. She's always out making pictures. She's always out making scenes. She's always out the window when it comes to making dreams. It's all mixed up. It's all mixed up. It's all mixed up. She says to leave it to me. Leave it to me. Everything will be alright. Be alright. She says to leave it to me. Leave it to me. Everything will be alright. Be alright. She said to leave it to me. Leave it to me. Everything will be alright. Be alright. She said to leave it to me. Leave it to me. Everything will be alright. Be alright. If you leave it to me, everything will be alright. If you leave it to me, be alright. Be
Ah, yes. One of the only times you get to hear Greg Hawkes play the saxophone on a Cars record. Which, shame on them. You have somebody in your band who can play saxophone. You use him. Anyway, that's the Cars. And Rick Ocasek, I never knew this, and his father was in NASA, and apparently he would work on some super secret projects.
Yes.
And one day, Rick was traumatized a bit because the government showed up to his house when his father was working, and they wanted to interview the mother because they were curious. You know, is your husband having any unusual nightmares, and is he talking about them?
Oh, it could have been heavy duty stuff.
Kind of interested. I'm really curious what Rick's father was working on now. I had a.
Do you know what era it was, or was it Apollo era? Because that was super secret. There was a lot of Apollo stuff that was very
no
secret.
idea. I mean, probably the timeline. We could probably do some of the math. It had something to do with that, I'm sure. But
or even the shuttle era. Most of the shuttle stuff was Department of Defense based. They were the biggest customers. So
yeah,
they
and
were
I'm
the
sure a
prime
lot of the
developer.
stuff. I'm sure like 70% of the things that are worked on never come to fruition anyway. So God knows, maybe he was working on anti-gravity devices or something. I don't know.
Which are being used in Area 51
And
as we speak.
Rick can't tell us either because I'm sure he didn't
Yeah,
know.
he's
and,
gone now.
and now
Yeah.
he's gone.
Yeah.
Speaking of dreams and the Cars, I had a dream about Rick Ocasek.
That's because you're infatuated with the Cars.
No, well, also and involved this song. This is why I played the song.
Oh.
Because in the dream, I was a girl. It may or may not have been my wife. You know how women, or characters in a dream will change.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
they'll
sure,
morph.
yeah.
So it may have been my wife. It may have been some other woman. I don't know. She took me to a meet and greet, a meet and greet, not meet and Greek. I got Aesop on my head.
Yeah.
Still, meet and greet with Rick Ocasek, who, of course, is gone. So this apparently happened in the past, and I was very excited about meeting him. And I said, "Oh, can I get my picture with you?" And he said, "No." I'm like, "Okay." Well, I said I won't take too much of your time, but I said one of my favorite songs. I absolutely love Unheralded Song, All Mixed Up. And he goes, "Of all the songs you could ask me about, you can ask me about All Mixed Up. That's just a stupid little filler thing. That's a horrible song. Next." And I remember walking out with a girl. I'm like, never. If you get to meet, your idols, don't. And none of this is true. It was a dream. I mean, I don't know how Rick.
Could be true in your future, though.
I'm not
Could
meaning.
be foreshadowing your.
I'm not meaning Rick
passing.
Ocasek.
You could meet him in heaven.
Maybe. And yeah. So
We are Catholic, you know.
That'd be my first question to him. Hey,
Sure.
what do you think of the song All Mixed Up? So I don't know how Rick Ocasek felt about that song All Mixed Up. It wasn't released as a single, but it was one of these songs that on their first album that did get airplay. In fact, after graduation, my college girlfriend and I, Kathy, we did a hour-long special on Rock 102, and we get to play a couple songs, and that was one of the songs that we chose to play.
Really?
Yeah. So I have no idea. I'm down to 5 candies. If you're, so this doesn't look good.
No, it
now there's
doesn't.
only
You're gonna
5
run
left.
out.
I'm going to run out. I've got to slow down my candy. I've got these vanilla cream Werthers, and there's only 5 left.
Number 5.
And there's 54 minutes left of the show, so that's not good.
You're
All
not
right.
taking mine.
Now this is a song. Did you have this song, or did you have to search for it?
I had to search for this one.
Okay, I thought you might. The name of the.
This is the third one I've had to search for today.
Really? What were the?
I probably had the other one because it was under the. You put the wrong band down.
Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry.
And I didn't have. I think no, I had Al Wilson. That was tough to find, but yeah, no, it was 2.
All right. So the band's name is Coconut Records. It's actually not a band. You know who it is?
Who?
It's actor Jason Schwartzman.
Don't know who that is.
He was. Did you see the movie Rushmore?
No.
No. Okay. He was the kid in that movie, and he's gone on to do lots of other movies too. I think that's the only movie I ever saw him in. I don't know if you want to do a quick little call up of Schwartzman's career, so people may have recognized it if they haven't seen Rushmore. But I think he was in the Grand Budapest Hotel. I saw that one too. He ended up working with Wes Anderson quite a bit. This was sort of an early movie for Wes Anderson and Jason Schwartzman.
Vaguely know the face.
Okay. So
Vaguely.
he's he's an actor, and apparently he's because on this album he wrote the entire album and he played every instrument. So he's got some musical ability too. It's kind of a cool song. I thought that you may enjoy, and it's certainly unusual. So here's the band officially known as Coconut Records, but it's just actor Jason Schwartzman. Here's West Coast, 89.5 WSKB.
For a second there, I thought you disappeared. It rains a lot this time of year. And we both go together if one falls down. I talk out loud like you're still around. No, no. And I miss you. I'm going back home to the West Coast. I wish you would have put yourself in my suitcase. I love you, standing all alone in a black coat. I miss you, I'm going back home to the West Coast. And if you shake her hard enough, she will appear. Tonight I think I'll be staying here. And you never did like this town. I talk out loud like you're still around. No, no. And I miss you. I'm going back home to the West Coast. I wish you would have put yourself in my suitcase. I love you, standing all alone in a black coat. I miss you, I'm going back home to the West Coast. Come on, everybody. Pack up the bags to beat back the clock. Do I let her sleep or should I wake her up? You said both go together if one falls down. You're right. And I talk out loud like you're still around. Oh no, no. And I miss you. I'm going back home to the West Coast. I wish you would have put yourself in my suitcase. I love you, standing all alone in a black coat. I miss you, I'm going back home to the West Coast. Going back home to the West Coast. Going back home to the West Coast.
Support for community radio on WSKB provided by Westfield Electroplating. Employing over 140 skilled platers, painters, and technicians, Westfield Electroplating was founded in 1946 and was the first company in the country to achieve National Aerospace and Defense Contractor Program accreditation, proudly maintaining that status for over a decade. Westfield Electroplating provides over 50 quality finishes to meet your corrosion, cosmetic, or performance needs. On the web at www.westfieldplating.com or 413-568-3716. Westfield Electroplating, putting the finishing touches on technology.
Join me, Tina Gorman, each week from 6 to 8 a.m. for Wake Up Wednesday, when my guests and I discuss health, wellness, and lifestyle reimagined.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Don't you love her badly? Don't you need her badly? Don't you love her ways? Tell me what you say. Don't you love her badly? Wanna be her daddy?
That's the Doors. Doesn't sound like I'm on. I'm on though, right?
Yeah, you're on.
Okay, good. No, I think my microphone, my
Yeah,
headphones.
turn your
are just-
headphones
Yeah,
up.
we're kind of low. That's from the L.A. Woman sessions, and basically that album was self-produced by the Doors because their long-term producer, Paul Rothchild, got into a fight with them over that song. He said, "It's cocktail music. It's beneath you." And they got into a big fight, and he walked out. And so they basically self-produced.
Now you're on your own.
Yeah, they basically self-produced that album.
Oh.
And so I don't think that's the song worth fighting about.
No.
On either side, you know. Like, that's the song you're going to walk out over?
Yeah, lose potentially all that money and everything else.
I had another weird dream that involved the song.
Okay.
And this story's kind of creepy.
Are you like premonitioning your own death or something?
I don't know. This is really creepy. So I you know, when I work, I sleep during the day, and I got up at about 9 o'clock at night to get ready to go to work for 10.
Yeah.
And when I woke up around 9, I had a song in my head. It was the very unusual "Superstar" by the Carpenters.
Okay.
You know, don't you remember you told me love me, babe? So that was kind of weird, and which is why would that be going through my head? So I got up, I checked my messages, I checked Roto World, which is what I always do. I check Roto World first, the baseball and football news.
Okay.
Then I checked Facebook for messages, and a friend of ours, Carrie, she's in the band. She and my wife started a quarantine karaoke thing where people put themselves singing karaoke.
Yep.
And at 2:00 in the afternoon, Carrie had posted that's herself singing that song. Okay, 2:00 I was sleeping. So
you heard her singing it and it was subconscious.
I didn't hear her singing it. No, this was Carrie. Carrie recorded it from her house. It wasn't Karen singing.
Oh, maybe your wife played it back?
No. I would not have heard it. I've got noisemakers. I have fans. I don't get that kind of noise. So that's what, and we both said, well, that's kind of freaky. And I told her, I said, stay out of my head when I'm sleeping. That's my time.
Yeah.
If you want to influence my thoughts like right now or while I'm at work, that's fine. But when I'm sleeping, that's me time. That's just weird.
Yeah.
Why how does that
I don't know.
work?
I don't know how to explain that one.
That's a bit odd. So anyway.
Yeah.
Now I lost my my place here. All right, speaking of songs that's going to get stuck in your head, this song, I apologize, is going to get stuck in your head. Rock music journalist almost at the time loathed this song. They said it was absolutely horrible, and it was a huge hit. And basically, looking back, it kind of launched the essential glitter rock formula sound. Years later, Bob Rivers recorded a cute little parody called Little Billy's Willie about President Bill Clinton and his scandal. But we're not going to play that version. We're going to play The Sweet and Little Willie, a song that will get stuck in your head. 89.5 WSKB.
Stay down now, 'cause little Willie
brought to you by Boise Cascade Distribution, providing products and services needed for building material dealers, home improvement centers, and industrial customers. They offer everything from engineered wood and plywood to Drex decking and railing, James Hardy siding, and Advantech subfloor. Located at 33 Fowler Street Extension in Westfield and on the web at bc.com, they are committed to providing quality products, great service, convenience, and value.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Comcast and Xfinity.com, offering Xfinity TV, Internet, home phone, and home security services. Information on all that Xfinity has to offer in the Westfield area is available online at Xfinity.com.
Join us every Thursday morning
from 6 until at least 7:30.
Check out the Bobby G and Company Show
right here on WSKB 89.5
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
That's Jigsaw. Yes, there are 4 candies left if you're counting, so I'm doing pretty well.
Number 4.
I've slowed down a little bit. That's Jigsaw. I don't know if you can tell, but they were heavily influenced and big fans of Paul McCartney. I don't know if
you think?
I don't know if that came through there. They were very Beatlesque, which it's not a bad person
with a disco beat
to emulate. So they named themselves Jigsaw because the lead singer, he kind of took pieces of people from other bands and pieced his band together. So that's why he thought Jigsaw would be a good name. Of course, he ran into a little bit of trouble, which was fine in Britain and America. But in Australia, there was already a popular Australian band called Jigsaw. So in Australia, they're just known as British Jigsaw.
Okay.
So if you're ever in Australia and you want to ask a record station or radio station if they have any Jigsaw, and you want that song, make sure you stress British Jigsaw, or you'll get something completely different.
Gotcha.
Your next trip to Australia.
Not that I'll probably ever go in my lifetime. But
I had a flat tire the other day.
Yeah, I
And,
got a slow leaker in the right rear.
Well, I was scared because I'm driving home from work and my car did not have the power that I noticed it should have, and it was making a noise. I'm like, oh gosh, what's the matter? So I pulled over, and so I was actually kind of grateful that it was a tire and not something else. I mean, it was raining, so I had to change the tire in the rain. But again, being stuck where I was and then having to get towed and getting like a transmission or something would have been a lot worse.
Yeah, sure.
So I went down to town for a tire, a fantastic place. But
Haven't fixed the tire?
No, here's the problem. Okay, the tire is it was worn.
Toast.
I was looking at it, trying to find the hole to see, if the nail would get it fixed. But I saw like one of the inner seams was kind of like really worn, and that's where it split. I'm like, ooh, that's really bad.
New tire.
So I actually got 4 new tires. I went down and got the whole thing.
The whole shebang.
And so I'm sitting there because they said that it's going to be about an hour and a half. And you know what? I'm very grateful. I sat on the outside bench. A lot of people can't do it. I can just sit for an hour and a half and do absolutely nothing. I mean, everyone's got their little phones and everything, but I am very grateful that I can just sit someplace and for an hour and a half, 2 hours if I have to, and just do nothing. Just sit there with my thoughts. I'm very grateful that I can do that. Can you do that? No, look, you're on your phone right now, for God's sakes.
Yeah, well, I'm dealing with an issue, so yeah.
No, but I mean, could you do it? If you had to sit somewhere for an hour and a half, 2 hours, could you do it?
Yeah.
Just doing nothing.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Might bring a book or something.
I just came right from work, and I was just like, you know what, that's fine. I'll just sit there and just think. I'll be fine.
I can do that too.
Yeah. So
I know how to entertain myself.
I have new tires. So on the way out, if you want to compliment me on my new tires.
Well, it's good to know Town Fair is open because I got to go get my tire fixed. So that might be my afternoon enjoyment.
There you go. Tell them I said hello.
Sure. I just love going to sit at the tire place.
So this next recording features actually Jerry Garcia on pedal steel guitar. Now, he made an arrangement with Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. He goes, listen, I'll do this, but I need your help. I need your help teaching vocal harmonies to my band. Now, if you're going to get lessons from
that's
somebody
like a
about
master
vocal
class.
I mean, that's Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. Probably a good.
Yeah, that's a master
place to go.
class.
So
yeah.
It worked out pretty well. So Nash got the idea for this song when he saw a picture in a newspaper. It was a kid playing with a toy hand grenade, and the kid had like a very angry look on his face, and he was slightly concerned about the future. So he put together this song. Here's Teach Your Children, 89.5.
On WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years. Specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
Join us the third Wednesday of every month with Selectman Joe Didi and his take on everything Southwick.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Wherever you go, wherever you may wander in your life, surely you know I'll always want to be there, holding your hand and standing by to catch you when you fall.
Olivia Newton-John. So who's that guy in the background doing the bass? That's Mike.
That was going to be my question.
That's Mike Sams, and his band. He had a vocal group, and they were the ones that did backing vocals for "I Am the Walrus" for the Beatles. They were doing the hoo hoo hee hee ha ha, the oompa oompa, stick it up your jumper, and he does the voice for her other hit too. There, "If You Love Me, Let Me Know." So basically, you think that this guy was known, but his band never really was able to crack much of anything, unfortunately. But he definitely had a distinctive voice, and he cashed a few checks, so he did okay. Don't feel bad for Mike Sams. And that's kind of where Olivia Newton-John, too, kind of knew that she could actually succeed crossing over from a country artist when songs like that and "If You Love Me, Let Me Know."
Holy crap, a lot of people recorded this song.
Yeah, they did.
Elvis, Ike and Tina Turner, Tanya Tucker, Conway Twitty,
Yep.
and Loretta Lynn.
Wow. It was a popular country song. And that's when
Yeah.
Olivia knew that she could cross over, but she just had such a great voice, and she just so darn cute. Of course, she was going to cross over.
Hey, public service announcement.
Okay.
The 104th Fighter Wing is going to do flyovers.
Oh, sweet.
As part of their regular scheduled flying time, their training time.
Mm-hmm.
But May 6th, they're going to be over the Massachusetts State Police graduation at 12:15. The Boston Convention Center right afterwards. Partners Healthcare System in Boston. Brigham and Women's Hospital, Framingham Union Hospital, all around the 12:15 time frame. DCU Center St. Vincent's in Worcester at 12:25. UMass Memorial Medical at 12:25. At 12:35, Mercy Medical, Bay State Medical, Holyoke Medical, Western Mass Hospital at 12:40, and Bay State Noble Hospital at 12:40 before they land.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Cool. How many are there going to be?
Usually when they're training, they launch 4 to 6 fighters. So,
All right. So good thing it's my off week, because I'd be sleeping on my on week, and that would probably wake me up.
Well, you're out of the pattern for the most part.
Well, they're loud. You can hear them when things are going on.
Yeah.
So
training day.
Cool. God bless them.
Yeah. Well, I know that. Did you see the Thunderbirds and the Blue Angels?
Yeah.
that
Well,
had a tour
I
on
didn't
the
see
East
it,
Coast?
but yeah, I heard about it. So that's
some of the
pretty
video is pretty cool. There's somebody posted a video from the Thunderbirds
Mhm.
and the Blue Angels inside the planes.
Oh, neat.
With the skylines underneath them and stuff, and it was very, very cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
So now the video for this, this is kind of a wow.
For our
this is-
next song.
Yeah, this is kind of a good get. A lot of people thought that maybe this song was about his dad, who abandoned him when he was younger, but he said no, it's not. It's about a girl, and but he got Sam Peckinpah. Yeah, Sam Peckinpah to direct the video. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good get. But I guess when you're John Lennon's kid, you got a little bit of people return your calls.
Sure.
Here's Julian Lennon and Julian Lennon and Too Late for Goodbyes. 89.5 WSKB.
Underwriting for Community Radio on WSKB is brought to you in part by Rockies. Over 30 convenient locations throughout Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Connecticut, and Florida. One of the nation's largest ACE dealers. Expertise and great product selection in paint, hardware, lawn and garden. That's Rockies. Rock solid service since 1926. On the web at rockies.com.
Listen to me, Michael Buster McMahon, Mondays 8 to 10 a.m. to learn the stories behind your favorite songs. Or don't. I'm not the boss of you.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
You're leaving now. It's in your eyes. There's no disguising it. It really comes as no surprise to find that you planned it all along. I see it now. It comes so clear. Your insincerity, me all starry-eyed. You think that I would have known by now. Now, sure as the sun will cross the sky, this lie is over. Lost like the tears that used to tide me over. One thing is sure, that time will tell. If you were wrong, the brightest ring around the moon will darken when I sure as the sun will cross the sky, the lion's over. Gone like the tears that used to tide me over. You're leaving now. It's in your eyes. There's no disguising it. It really comes as no surprise to find that you planned it all along. I see it now. It comes so clear. Your insincerity and me all starry-eyed. You think that I would have known by now. Now, sure as the sun will cross the sky, this lie is over. Lost like the tears that used to tide me over.
Asia. And you're welcome for people who are tired of the damn song Heat of the Moment. Whenever someone says Asia's coming up, it's always Heat of the Moment. And that's the better song. I know. All right, Heat of the Moment went to
You have your opinions.
Heat of the Moment went to number 4. Only Time Will Tell went to 17. So Heat of the Moment was more popular. But come on. I mean, isn't that a better song than Heat of the Moment?
They're both good.
They're both good.
Yeah.
You know, a buddy of mine, Jamie Hosmer, kid we went to high school with. I don't know if you knew him. But he toured with Asia. He was their keyboard player.
No kidding.
On one of their tours. I was talking to him. I saw him in Vegas, and I saw his band, and he was talking to me casually. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm doing this and that." And he's like, "Yeah, I toured with Asia." I'm like, "Oh, you toured with Asia?" I'm like, "Holy mackerel!"
Well, to him, it's no big deal.
So John Wheaton was a member of the band Wishbone Ash, and he came up with that song, but none of his bandmates really cared much for it. And so, they never did it. And so when he had his new band, Asia, they loved it. Of course, they rewrote it and everything, and it became a hit. Hey, you're going to number 17. That's something to brag about too to your friends. Hey,
yeah, right.
My song I wrote went to number 17. Some groups afterwards came out and said that it was misogynist, and some of the members of the band are like, "What are you talking about? Like, it's from the viewpoint of the guy." Like, if we were girls and we wrote the song and played the song, we would give the viewpoint from the girl. And the story could just very easily be a guy that's done this. Why has everything got to be labeled?
Because people have to have something to complain about.
But this was
certain people.
Not even like that's not even today. I mean, that's like from the 80s. Somebody was complaining about it. That's crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy to me. So, all right, so see if you can hear her here. She's doing backup. Cher is doing backup on this next song.
Really?
See if you can hear her. Eventually, she recorded the version of her own. Here's the Ronettes and Baby I Love You, 89.5 WSKB.
It isn't easy to explain.
charms whenever I want you. All I have to do is dream. Dream, dream, dream when I feel blue in the night, and I need you to hold me tight whenever I want you. All I have to do is dream. I can make you mine, taste your lips of wine, anytime, night or day. Only trouble is, gee whiz, I'm dreaming my life away. I need you so that I could die. I love you so, and that is why whenever I want you, all I have to do is dream. Dream, 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 dream. I can make you mine, taste your lips of wine, anytime, night or day. Only trouble is, gee whiz, I'm dreaming my life away. I need you so that I could die. I love you so, and that is why whenever I want you, all I have to do is dream. Dream, 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 dream.
Ah, the Everly Brothers, recorded in 1958 in just 2 takes.
There
and
you
that's
go.
Chet Atkins playing guitar on that. How cool is that?
I believe I knew that one. That one I knew.
I used to sing this karaoke with an old girlfriend, and she was an amazing singer. She used to do radio commercials. She did the Interstate 91 and AIC, and we used to sing this, and we would change the lyric, the I love you so, to I like you so. It was sort of the non-committal version of the song.
Oh, for cripe's sakes.
So that's the show. Hopefully, we packed like 20 songs in today. That's pretty good. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. This has been I'll Learn Ya with me, Michael Buster McMahon. Say goodbye to my pal and producer, Peter Cole. Say goodbye, Peter.
Goodbye, Peter.
We like to end with something kind of fun. And there was a rumor that Michael Jackson kind of co-wrote this song, but according to the actual writer, Brian Lauren, said that no, Michael Jackson suggested the title of the song, and he suggested his name be mentioned in the song, and you will hear his name in the song, and he does do a little bit of the backing vocals, but he's like, I assure you, I am the sole writer of the song. And that's Brian Lauren talking. So
there you go.
From The Simpsons, here is Nancy Cartwright as Bart Simpson doing Do the Bartman. We will see you next week. God bless. 89.5 WSKB.
Everybody, if you can do the Bartman, shake your body, turn it
by myself, confined to my room. When all else fails, nothing else left to do, I turn on the music so I can feel the groove. Whoa, I'm feeling the groove now, baby. Bring it back. Whoa, to the Bartman. Whoa, Lisa. Ha! Check it out, man. If you can do the Bart, you're bad like Michael Jackson. Everybody, if you can do the Bartman. Oh yeah. Shake your body, turn it on if you can, man. Shake your body. To the side as you can. Everybody in the house. Yeah, do the Bartman. Everybody, if you can do the Bartman. Shake your body, turn it on. Check it out. Whoa, to the side as you can. I'm bad. I'm bad. Do the Bartman. Everybody back and forth from side to side. Do the Bartman. Do the Bartman. Pick your feet up off the floor, let them glide. Do the Bartman. Do the Bartman. She can do it, so can I. Do the Bartman. Do the Bartman. Now here's a dance beat that you can't deny.
Turn it down! Will you start that infernal racket?
Do the Bartman. Oh, my ears. Lisa, put that saxophone away. You can't touch me. I didn't do it. Nobody saw me do it. You can't prove anything. Now I'm in the house, feeling good to be home, till Lisa starts blowing that damn saxophone. And if it was mine, you know they'd take it away. But still I'm feeling good, so that's okay. I'm up in my room just singing a song. Listen to the kick drum kicking along. Yeah, Lisa likes jazz, she's her #1 fan. But I know I'm bad, cause I do the Bartman. Everybody, if you can. Hey everybody, need I remind you? I am Bartman. Do the Bartman. Everybody back and forth from side to side. Do the Bartman. Do the Bartman. She can do it, so can I. Move your body if you got the notion. Front to back in a right motion. Bring it. Move your hips from side to side now. Don't you slip, let your feet glide now. You gotta use it. Rhythm in time with the music. You just might start a chain reaction. I'm a Bartman. If you can do the Bartman. Bring it, baby. Oh yeah, I'm bad. Real bad. Whoa, I'm bad. Do the Bartman. Oh yeah, you call that dancing? Ha! Watch this rhythm. Yeah.